What's up, you clowns? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily, I go by emkfit. We're gonna do something a little bit different today. I have been going through a bit of a rough time with my body, especially in the last couple months. I think especially like as a fitness YouTuber, like because I kind of do the same thing over and over again, like I'm always against like my wall and I'm filming a workout lately. Like when I've been editing my videos, like I look at videos from before and how I looked and videos now, and you know, it really messed with my head, I'm not gonna lie. So today I just thought I'd do a bit of a video of kind of my fitness journey, talking through like the different points in my life, because I think it's important to know for anyone on a fitness journey or struggling with their body image that there are so many factors that go into, you know, how someone looks. Like there's age, there's how you eat, there's how you're exercising, but also mental health as well. So the plan is I'm actually just about to make some food, which trying to eat better, but also I have been literally raving to you guys about HelloFresh. So I thought it'd be just kind of funny to start off this video with a bit of lightness before we talk about some kind of rough, dark times. So I'm just gonna show you right now. This is what we are making. Now, I accidentally got a box of HelloFresh that was made for 4 people, not 2. So I had double the amount of ingredients, which was awesome. So we actually made this meal last night. And by we, I mean my boyfriend, Marco, who is a chef, made the meal. And he never follows the instructions either. He's like, I'm gonna do it whatever I want. He just takes the ingredients and goes. So I told him that I'm gonna remake the meal and I'm gonna try to make it look as good as he did. That probably won't happen, but we're gonna give it a go, because HelloFresh I actually find is the best thing for me, because I can't cook at all. Knowing what meals I'm gonna get every single week, you know, all the nutrition info is on there. So we'll give it a go. I got all my ingredients prepped, ready. Marco would be proud of me. And let's hope I don't burn my house down. Listen, anything with instructions is very Emily friendly.
We haven't even met. I want both my parents at my birthday party, but
eventually.
I cooked some shrimp. I'm trying to make this sauce. Looks a little weird, but that's okay. We got pasta. Oh yeah. I think I got this. I know. Okay. Stop. It's bound to happen at least once. I did it, kind of. I mean, it doesn't look nearly as pretty as when Marco did it, and it definitely doesn't look like the picture. Although, in my defense, Marco used all of the lemon and all of the parsley, which I think, you know, makes it look prettier. But I will say, freaking delicious. I actually like it better when you follow the instructions. So there. If you guys are interested, I have really found that HelloFresh has really helped me, again, regulate my meals, regulate my eating. So I know how to plan for my week. So if you would like to use my code, I do have one with them. You can use code EMKFIT16 for 16 free meals. 16 free meals over 7 boxes. And along with that, apparently you'll get 3 free gifts. I love the word free. Free is just, we love that word. So anyways, all of the info will be in the description box down below. And yeah, highly recommend. I've been using HelloFresh for over a year now. So obviously I was more than happy to work with them. So yeah, check it out down below. I'm trying to be like a good Italian. Ooh. I'm gonna eat my lunch really quickly, and then we're gonna get into some deep stuff, my friends. So I'll be right back. Okay, now that I've had a good meal, I feel like I've been like mentally preparing myself for this video, because it's actually a lot harder to talk about than I thought it would be. I'd be like, yeah, let's just tell them my fitness journey. But then, you know, as I'm scrolling through all the old photos to kind of, you know, give you guys timelines of, you know, how up and down my journey has been, it's a little rough to see. It's kind of a tough one. But anyways, I'll just start off that probably the one photo that I tried always to avoid because I was 16 years old and I cannot compare myself to my 16-year-old self when I danced, God, I don't know, 20, 30 hours a week, 20 hours a week, I think, every day after school for 4 hours. And I didn't even know what mental health was back then because ignorance was bliss. I was lucky at a young age. I didn't know heartache. I didn't know loss. I didn't know trauma. I didn't know any of that crap yet. So moving on to university, I know everyone says like the freshman 15, right? I did not start gaining weight in university until second year. Second year, I had a very, very tough time. I went through a trauma, which I'm not really going to get into. That is when I had to start going to it wasn't even my choice. I had to. I was told I had to go to therapy. I tried CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. There's another one, I forget what it's called, but they make you relive the traumatic experience over and over and over again. And all of this stuff was just so new to me. Like I had no idea. Like I said, I had no idea what mental health was. So all of a sudden just being kind of like thrown in and being like, okay, now you have to start taking medication because you're not doing well. You need to start going to therapy. It was a huge shock to me. And that's when I started really putting on weight. It was really second year. And after the trauma, that thing started to really like go downhill. And I'll never forget, I had this moment. We got to go to New York with my program. I went to theater school and we got this training opportunity to go to New York in the summertime to go see shows and whatever. And, you know, all of us eager theater kids were ready to impress and do whatnot. And I'll never forget trying on clothes in a change room somewhere. And I looked and I saw weight on myself that I'd never seen before. Because again, I went from dancing 20 hours a week in high school and being a really active person and always on the go to, you know, we're on the go in university, but you're basically stuck at a desk or you're stuck in a lecture hall. And my mental health went from 100 to 0 really fast. And those two things combined kind of sent me on a downward spiral because at the time I had never set foot in a gym. I had no idea. I feel like I know so many people understand this feeling of just all of a sudden one day you look in a mirror and you're like, wait, this is not how I normally look, or, oh crap. It's this sinking, awful feeling of just, you messed up, you did something wrong, you're not good enough, you're lazy, all these awful negative thoughts going through my head. And I'll tell you right now that the first thing I did, it was not to sign up for a gym. It was to go to the grocery store and buy fat loss pills. It was to buy weight loss pills. I did that. I saw that. I had that moment in the change room. And I was so mad at myself. I was so disappointed in myself. I went straight to the grocery store and I did it. I bought fat loss pills because I didn't know what else to do. I was, 21 years old. And I'm just, there's no plan with this video, guys. I'm just, you know, people want to hear about my fitness journey and this is it. This is just honest me. I just know that feeling of panic that you get when you look in the mirror and you don't like what you see and you immediately go and just make those quick decisions. And those quick decisions did so much harm to my body. They made me so sick in ways that I don't even want to describe. And not only that, the mental effects of feeling like I have to take these pills every day or I'm not going to lose weight. It is just so damaging. And why I'm so strict, even with brands that I work with, when I'm doing any kind of things with supplements or pills or vitamins or whatever, you look at those ingredients and you look at all of those scary risk factors. They are real. They are very real. No such thing as taking a pill to lose weight, and I learned that the hard way. So I'm just hoping my story can, you know, kind of help those of you who are thinking those kinds of thoughts, I hope my story can at least give you some more information on topics like this. So I did the next worst thing, which is I signed up for a gym, and I obviously didn't know anything about weight training or any of that stuff. I had huge gym intimidation, so all I would do was go on the elliptical for hours every day. That was it. And didn't really do anything for me because, again, I had no idea what I was doing. But one thing I did know is that even though I wasn't maybe working out properly, I knew then that being active made me feel better. I'm not trying to say like going on a cardio machine for hours every day is helpful. It's not helpful at all. But what I took away from it is that I enjoy being active. Being active helped me feel better. It helped my mental health. So in that moment, that is when I decided, one, to change my anxiety and depression medications, and to start learning how to use a gym, which took me, by the way, years. How the hell is anyone supposed to know how to set up squat racks or machines? Like, I think I've told my leg press machine story so many times. So that's when I, in kind of like third year and fourth year, I started, slowly integrating the gym with my school schedule. It was absolutely tough, but I knew it was important, and that's how I slowly started, dibble dabbling into the gym. And as I found a better balance, that is when I noticed my body start to change in a positive way. I'm not just talking about losing weight, but my energy levels were better. I wanted to eat better because I didn't obviously want to work out for nothing. So, it wasn't perfect by any means. It took me a very long time to figure out what worked for me. I'm still trying to figure that out to this day, but that is when I started noticing those physical results, is when I stopped working out to lose weight, is when I stopped taking fat loss pills. It's just when I stopped focusing on losing weight in general, and I started working out because it made me feel good. That to me was like light bulb in my head. When I was heading into fourth year university, I had an amazing dance teacher. She herself had her own gym, and she taught dance fitness classes. And she just told me straight up, she said, "Em, you'd be great at this." And I was like, you know what? And at the time I was thinking like, I'm gonna be an actor. This could be my side hustle. So it's actually at that point that I decided to get certified as a group fitness instructor before I even knew how to use a gym. I literally just got certified as a group fitness instructor because I wanted to teach like Zumba classes or dance fitness classes because I knew I'd be good at it. Yeah, so it was the summer before my last year of university when I started doing my certification, which took me months because, one, I had no idea how to use a gym, and to be a group fitness instructor, you can't just know how to teach dance fitness. You need to know everything. You need to know about all the muscles in the body, how your body works. This was all brand new to me. Most people become personal trainers or group fitness instructors after they're pros in the gym. For me, it was the opposite. My certification taught me how to work out properly, which I will always be incredibly thankful for. I hear my dog chewing a toy in the background. I'm very sorry if you can hear it. As I was doing my certification, it was like, well, it was really hard because I was an English and theater major, and the last time I had taken science or math was in grade 10. So that was a bit rough, not gonna lie. That took a lot of extra study on my part but I learned so much. And I took all that information and I took it with me into the gym, and that is when I started practicing, and that is when I began to develop a love for weight training because I was reading about it all the time. So then I went and I was starting to try it, and my mind was blown at the physical results that I got from weight training, making that transition from just going to the gym and using the elliptical for an hour to using the elliptical for 15 minutes and then going to lift a couple weights. Even if I didn't know what I was doing perfectly yet, the physical transformation that I saw for me, now I'm not saying it works for everyone, but for me, that is when I started to see some real results. My mental health really started to almost get back to normal ever since that incident in first year university. So that was huge. I got my certification the Christmas of fourth year. I had all my friends come and take a test class with me, and it was a lot of fun. And I got my first job teaching at a gym in downtown Toronto. Well, actually, right before I graduated. So I started out only teaching dance fitness classes. I was still serving full time and, God forbid, trying to act whenever I could, but that was not happening for me at all. No agent wanted me, and that was definitely tough. So I spent every day, I was serving and I was teaching. As I started teaching and I was serving and barely acting, I just started noticing this shift of like, of all the things I'm trying to do, this is the thing that gives me the most joy, which was teaching my weekly. I was just teaching one class a week. It started with one, went up to 2. Eventually it turned into 25 classes a week. It was nuts. You know, like that saying, they're like, oh, like don't turn your passion into a job because it's going to ruin your passion. I don't think that's the exact saying, but you get the idea. It's kind of what started to happen because I started working out less for myself because I was trying to make ends meet as a group fitness personal trainer in downtown Toronto. Next biggest shift for me happened when my boyfriend at the time and I broke up and we were living together. And at that point, I was still relying on him to help pay half the bills. Obviously, my mental health suffered because I was going through a pretty rough breakup. Number 2, my passion was turning into my job, and because I was really struggling to make ends meet, you know, it started to take away the love that I had for working out because I was teaching 5 or 6 classes a day. My body was destroyed. My voice was destroyed. I literally sounded like I smoked a pack of cigarettes every day, and it started to show in my body as well. Losing muscle, I just looked unwell. Like, it didn't matter if I had gained weight or lost weight, I looked unwell. And it kind of hit a moment for me in the summer of 2019. It was summer of 2019, and I've talked about this on Instagram before. My friend had taken me out for a boat ride because she knew I was, you know, really in a rough place mentally. I went home that night, and I did not get out of bed for 3 days. Called in sick, didn't care, did not get out of bed. And I knew I was in real danger again. Called my doctor right away, which took every bone in my body to literally roll myself out of bed and call my doctor. Changed my medication again. Started going to therapy again. And once I, sought out that treatment for my mental health, again, my physical health responded. And of course, just as I was getting back in the groove of everything, COVID happened and I lost my job. I stupidly got back together with my high school ex-boyfriend, who was really not a nice person to me. That disintegrated when the pandemic happened and everything just fell apart. I lost my job, my apartment, and my boyfriend all in one go. And it was awful, but it was one of the best things that ever happened to me was losing everything, because all of a sudden I had this clean slate. I had been going back and forth all of my life of these crazy extremes of working out constantly but abusing my body, or not taking care of my mental health. Like, these things I had to learn that there's such a fine balance. When I started doing the Instagram lives, when I started doing Twitch, and when I started realizing, when I started working, this sounds nuts, okay? But when I started working out and sharing that with people without a paycheck is when I fell back in love with it again. And my body obviously responded awesome. I was literally just working out to make sure that I stayed sane during the pandemic. I worked out for only my mental health for the first time in years. And not only did it do wonders for my body, but this is where I am now. Now I want to talk to you guys a little bit of currently what's going on, because I think there's been also a bit of a transition for me lately. I'll just tell you right now, I am the person to always tell you guys never to step on a scale. Well, I stupidly did the other day. I don't want to trigger anyone, but anyways, for me it was a lot, okay? So that's my experience. This is my journey. I'm just telling you guys the strict facts, okay? So that happened just a few days ago. Now I'm at this place lately where I'm trying to really decide. I love my job. I love what I do. I love the way I work out now. I'm so happy. I've been loving the way I'm eating. I enjoy my food. I've been loving the HelloFresh. I've been finding that so awesome that I get to eat the foods that I love, and I'm able to at least like get an idea of what I'm putting into my body. Like, I'm so happy with where my life is at. But at the same time, just because I'm happy with what I'm doing and everything that's in my control I'm happy with, doesn't mean that life doesn't happen. And life did happen to me this year. I had a great year in 2021. 2022, I've been slapped in the face a little bit. I've had a lot of health issues. I've had some, pretty rough hits to my mental health. Some of the things that have happened to my business in this past year, and all things out of my control. And just know that there's always more behind a before and after picture that people don't talk about. Just because it looks like someone looks skinnier and looks happier doesn't mean that they are. Or just because someone has gained weight does not mean that they're in a bad place either. It's all so touch and go. And the biggest point I want to make in this video is that a fitness journey is never linear. It is never, ever linear. It's this. It is ups and it's downs. And closing notes. Your mental health is directly correlated with your physical progress. If you are constantly focusing on looking better, losing weight, it's going to be so much harder for you to get the results that you want. Second of all, just because you're in a good place does not mean that life still doesn't happen. And all you can do is your dang best. And that's what I've tried to tell myself this year before, after stepping on that scale and immediately wanting to do those exact same thoughts that I talked about in New York. I stopped myself this time and I just reminded myself, you are doing your damn best, and your best is always good enough. And yes, it's rough editing myself on videos sometimes, but I'm also very proud and honored to be this open and have a platform where I can be this open with you guys, because I think we've just created such a safe community. So I just hope that my story can give you some kind of hope that, if you think you're not doing good enough, you need to give yourself a break, as do I. Yeah, so here I am, not my favorite body composition I've had, but I know mentally I'm okay. I'm going to be just fine. And that's it, my friends. So I will always be a work in progress, and that will never change, okay? So there she is, guys. There's my fitness journey. Still ongoing. I mean, yeah, if you like this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up or subscribe. But yeah, I just hope this helped. Love to start a conversation down below. I'm hoping that we can be each other's cheerleaders and each other's supporters, because everyone deserves to know that you are not alone. And that's where I'll leave it. I love you guys. Thank you. And I'll see you next time.